Hello everyone, welcome back, and I hope your preparations are going good. This time we have come with paper number 7, direct tax. And as I said earlier in group 1, that audit is the most complex subject. So, in group 2, we have DT, and there are two type of students who love DT and who know each and everything about it. And second one is like me, who are afraid of DT and who are not well versed with the provisions and everything. So, no need to afraid, no need to worry. I will tell you how to clear this exam, how you can crack the exam, but with full, I will say, full concentration and a smart technique and study plans and everything. You can easily go through this exam and you will surely pass. So, stay tuned for everything. In this video, I will cover all the revision strategy and study materials, etc. for direct tax laws. It will cover direct tax part as well as international taxation part, basically your complete paper number 7. So let's start firstly as usual with our study material. Let me share my screen for that. Okay. So I have four things to share with you in this. First thing is concept notes. So these are the concept notes of CA Atul Agarwal. These are for DT and these are for international taxation. So the main thing is for that, like when you will study with the revision videos, it will help you. But in these notes, you can just highlight those portions which you have to learn. Like these notes have each and every concept, but each and every concept you don't have to learn. You just have to learn some basic limits, basic slab rates, or basic percentage or something. So you can just highlight or something like that, or you can just do my technique of one paper, that you can write these things on one paper. So these all the things you don't have to learn. You just have to learn these things like 60% tax, 20% surcharge, 4% cess. So these things you have to learn. So you can either highlight in these notes itself, or you can just make your separate notes for 1 or 2 pages to learn these special sections or limits or whatever. Okay, rates. So, and next thing is for international taxation. So, in these also you have to learn the rates and everything. So, you can just make your own small notes, or you can just highlight on those, because before one day you will not have to refer these notes, because these are like 246 and 95 pages approx. 350 pages notes you will not be able to go through in one day. You just have to prepare the small notes or highlight this whatever you need to learn, so you can go through it fastly before one day your exam. Okay, so third thing is question bank. I have the updated question bank of Atul Agarwal only for May 23 attempt. So it is fully updated. You can just go through these, and it is covering all the things. You don't have to do anything extra for that. And last and foremost important thing is the video links. So I have basically focused on two teachers, C.A. Atul Agarwal and C.A. Bhavar Borana sir. So you can just go through these notes, these video links, and prepare your exams. For the topics, for the small topics, if you need, like, you know that concept and you don't have to go through that, it's your choice. It totally depends on you. But for big topics like PGBP, capital gains, and charitable trust, these kind of topics, I will personally suggest that you should go through these video links once, and then you start with the questions and concept notes. Okay. And one more thing about salary and house property. So the direct question never come in CA final for salary and house property, but the comprehensive question which you got for like first compulsory question, in that question you may have 1 or 2 point for salary and house property. So I have mentioned this video link. It's just for 4 minutes. You will see 58 minutes to 1 hour 2 minutes, like 4 minutes only. So you can just go through this 4 minute. It will tell you the technique how to uh, do this salary and house property chapter. Just you have to revise one or two concepts, that's all. So you can just spare your 4 minutes for these two chapters, and these two chapters will be removed from your bucket list. Okay. So this was all about this study material. Now, how to study, how to do everything. So we'll go through these questions one by one. First thing is like section numbers to be remember or not. So frankly speaking, in this DT, section numbers are not so important. Like some sections are important for, you can say, the assessment chapter or international taxation. Like if you don't know the sections, you will not able to assess which scheme you are opting to. So these kind of sections are important only. But if you personally ask me, like DT has full vast section list, you don't have to cover everything. You don't, I personally never learned the sections apart from these important section numbers. So if you know the section, if you can learn, that is cherry on the cake, but don't waste your time in learning unnecessary section numbers. You just have to focus on the conceptual understanding and solving the questions. Okay, so this is mixed of practical and theory. So basically more focus on theory and solving concepts, and try to solve the questions wherever necessary, and prepare proper working notes. That is all. Section number is not so much important in this paper. Second thing is written presentation. So written presentation is kind of there will be two types of questions. One is case study form, that will come from assessment chapter and some other chapters. So in these case study form, you have to do like whatever you do in the law papers. Like first you have to refer the relevant provision as per this section of this act. You have to refer all the section, and prepare the, like you have to quote the whole law. And then second thing is you just have to write the facts of the question in one or two lines. Third thing is analysis. How will you link the facts with the legal provision you are referring to? And last thing is conclusion. So you can just write the conclusion at the end. So try to match the conclusion with the answer, like validity. If the question is asking about the validity, you will have to answer about the validity. So written presentation may we have completed first part, that is case study based. Second part is like practical questions. So what you have to do is try to make a statement form. If you present the answer in statement form, it will be much easier for the examiner to evaluate it. Secondly, the presentation will be good. It will look good. And the third thing is in statement form also you have to prepare proper working notes, proper reasoning for why you are taxing this thing and why you are not taxing this thing. So two things about working notes. If the working notes are common, or if the working notes are lengthy, you have to make working notes at the end or at the beginning of the question. If the working notes are small, like you have to provide some reasoning for why it is taxable or not, and you have to just make a one liner or two liner. So you can also incorporate that in the statement itself, below the serial number in a bracket. So it totally depends on you. And if the notes are repeating, so just prepare it in one place. If the notes are different for each and every serial number, try to prepare it itself with the statement, because it will be easier for the examiner. Examiner will not have to go to the end and match each and every note. And try to focus more on notes, more on assumptions. If you have taken any assumption, then uh, put it in the answer sheet, and like leave nothing. If you have done just small bit calculations also, now just put it there. Examiner need that you present each and everything, because he will not look into your mind. He will evaluate you on the basis of the answer sheet. Okay, so this is all about written presentation. Next thing is language. Language, matters only in the case study questions, and these are only one or two chapters, so hardly anything. Don't focus on more on language or anything. Focus more on the concepts and questions, practical questions. Next thing is answer length. So in practical questions, answer length depends on the question itself. So if the question is taking 2 pages or 1 pages, whatever. But yeah, if the question is small, so focus more on working notes, because see, if you have a 8 marks question and the answer is just like half pager, and you have answer it correctly, your answer is matching with the suggested answer, but you didn't have prepared the notes, then also you will not get marks, because your answer is not sufficient for 8 or 10 marks, whatever. So see the marking scheme also, and then prepare your answer and answer accordingly. And focus more on quality, not on quantity, because this is not a BCom exam, this is a CA professional exam, CA final exam. And next thing is you have to do selective study or full study. So for that, see, the people who are afraid of IDT now, sorry, I correct myself here. So people who are afraid of TT, so what you can do is you have 30 marks international taxation. Focus on that part. It will help you like 20-25 marks easily if you are doing it if you are doing it properly, so you can easily score 20 to 25 marks in that. And rest you can go with main chapters like PGBP and capital gains assessment chapter, and these trust, charitable trust, etc. So focus on these chapters, but yeah, at the same time don't leave the small chapters, because they have equal weightage also. They have less weightage, but you can score more in that chapters also. So don't leave anything, but focus more on scoring parts like international taxation and 3 4 important chapters. So it will help you score marks. And one more thing, like the first question itself, first question is a comprehensive question, we all know that, and it comes for 20 marks. And most people don't know the answers correctly, so just don't leave that question. Try to attempt whatever possible, because there are step marking, so you will gain at least 4 to 5 marks or something. If nothing, you will gain 1 or 2 marks. Whatever you know, which serial number you know, just attempt it. Don't leave that question, because one mark is very important for us in this exam. I have seen people who have cleared the whole group, and who have scored aggregate also, but they have 39 in TT. So for 1 mark, they have to give the whole group again. Don't do that. Try to attempt maximum things, even if you don't know that. Maybe sometimes the luck happens, and you can gain good marks in that. Okay, so MCQ strategy is same for everything, like for all the MCQ papers. You don't have to do any extra efforts for MCQ preparation. You are doing the concepts, that is fine, the MCQs will be covered in that. But if you have spare time, you can do that, it's your choice, it totally depends on you. But from my side, there is no extra effort needed for MCQs. And you can do some MCQ practice if you want. You should have attempted 1 or 2 full syllabus paper before going to the actual exam. Either you can take some test series, or if you don't want to take test series, you can just attempt 1 or 2 mock test paper or previous test papers by honesty, and you can check it by yourself. And written practice, you should have done that written practice either by the papers, like test papers or something, or if you don't want to do that, you can just pick 1 or 2 lengthy or master questions of each chapter, and you can just write that by your own and self evaluate yourself. And for one day before revision, I will suggest that don't try to cover whole syllabus, because it is very vast and you will not be able to cover that. Try to focus more on scoring things like firstly you can do international taxation, and in that also don't go for reading all the concept notes of 100 pages and doing all the questions. Just try to summarize that thing in the first revision itself. For the concept notes, I have told you like either you can prepare your own short notes for the things you have to learn, or you can highlight the portions. So just go through that on the last day, and other thing is like go to the questions which you have marked in the revision. So it is like sufficient for your preparations. And for DT part, I have already told you the most important chapters, so you can go through these and do your one day before revision. And don't panic in this paper. If you are studying carefully and with the proper approach, you can easily crack this paper. Yeah, I know that paper is somehow difficult, like some technical paper is coming in the past attempts for DT. But don't worry, you can easily score that. We are in this together. And I hope I am able to resolve all your doubts and most of your doubts. If you have still any doubt or something, you can just drop it in the comment box. So, all the best, guys. Bye bye.